before we
Remember
get...
what I mean? You were giving me some shit about this. And you got mad at us.
What is wrong with
wrong?
emotions?
Oh, well, I don't want to
Well,
feel them. Before.
Yeah, before the Lions-Bears Thanksgiving game, we got little Timmy has had ass cancer since he was 4.
I'm already gonna have to deal with my family members dying. And I have to care about little Timmy.
Yeah, little Timmy. Let's look at his final wishes. He's already dead. Yeah, what? Or they carry it for so long, and then they never give you any. When do they ever have like any of the closures? Like, do they ever go like, remember that kid?
Remember Timmy?
2 months ago we were talking about before Thanksgiving game. Well, now we're in the playoffs. Timmy just passed. The Lions are 0-16.
Yeah.
None of his wishes came true.
Yeah, he failed. The Lions failed Timmy.
Lions failed Timmy. Hey, if I sound, you've been bringing it up. I'm used to my own voice right now, but apparently I sound, had some crazy allergies, getting real.
Yeah, Jen
me a
said you
deeper
sounded
voice.
bad last week too.
Yeah.
She was like, "You sounded bad." I was like, "Oh, he did." I don't even remember.
Oh, she said I sounded bad.
Yeah, she said last week too, and I was like, "Oh."
Maybe it slowly started. I don't know. Puffy eyes out there. They got all the pollens out there. People are getting sick with all the pollens.
I'm getting gay.
I'm getting erected. We were just talking about. Yeah, I don't know. The beginning, before games, they just try to give you the sad story on ESPN. What's with that, you know?
What's the deal with sad stories before a football game?
Why?
Why do I care about little Timmy?
Give me the stats! Give me
What?
the stats on the game. I don't need the stats on the young boy.
How is my fantasy team gonna do? I don't care about Timmy's life.
Get the young boys out of here.
Whoa, I just heard a cat meow. Does anyone watch college baseball? Like, is anyone excited to watch college baseball?
I don't know. It looks like they're wearing like retro uniforms though. Michigan dudes look crazy.
It's crazy because there's like baseball is the weirdest to me because there's so many levels.
Yeah.
Before you get to like AAA.
Oh my god.
That like.
You're going
So
to
like
college for this?
when you're like in college, it's like okay, well you can go play for one of these, but then like it's how often is it like oh this guy's getting drafted out of college and then he's a superstar right out of college? I feel like it always takes people like a few years to like develop in baseball.
Yeah.
Is that true or am I wrong?
I mean,
someone's like, no, they can't hear me, but no, it's wrong.
Yeah, Adam probably knows all this stuff. We go,
Marty Facizzo came right out of college and he
went right to the.
He had 84 RBIs,
Yeah,
and he had 24 home runs in his first season.
Right to the Mets, dude. And he killed it, and they won it.
My name is Grant Richardson, center fielder.
We'll have to have our baseball correspondent, Adam, come on here.
Goes to
him.
like,
stuff. Hi, guys. My beard's too big. My microphone's actually inside of my beard right now.
And then he hears us go, and he's just like, ha.
Yeah, our buddy Adam, he's got a big beard, you know, and he farts.
This guy's 3-3. This ERA sucks.
We don't got to talk about this guy. Fuck this
What's
guy.
a good ERA? I forgot.
It's probably different at all levels, but you want 2? You know?
What's this, an earned run average? Is that what that is? Or
we shouldn't talk about baseball. I don't know anything.
Well, we're talking about it.
We can talk about football.
You know what it stands for? It stands for
baseball or ERA.
Earned retard accessibility.
Have you earned the right to
say it?
To say it. And if you go back to one of the episodes, you know I have alcohol fetal syndrome,
so my ERA is 100%.
Yeah, it's 100, and I'm approved.
I've been approved by the state of Illinois to say the N-word.
Whoa. Don't, you know. Dude, did you know the average speed of a fart coming out of your backside is 7 miles per hour?
Who measured that?
I don't know. I heard it. I forgot when I heard it.
Did someone drive a car going 7 miles per hour next to a fart? I'm like,
oh yeah.
You
have the guy like eat a certain thing that makes him fart a certain color, so that they can like look at it with a speedometer, like a cop thing. Found the stink cloud. Shoosh. moves over.
Well, that's not bad. I guess. What if you farted like one of those like air guns? Like it was like 80 pounds of pressure. So it's like you filled up like a bike tire with your ass. You just
Wonder if you could do
on your bike. Why does your bike smell like shit? Oh, my tire's filled with farts.
that. It's everywhere you go. That guy is always biking around the neighborhood, but I swear to God, every time he comes by the house, I think he steps in dog shit and then goes riding his bike.
Look at this kid. This kid looks like a kid.
There's a lot of mullets. That's a big thing going on.
Yeah, I've been seeing more mullets lately, guys. It's coming back.
Whoa!
Back hard and heavy. Oh, out. You suck, bitch.
Totally done.
I wanna buy the show, but then I also I'm like, I'll never play it.
Yeah, dude. I'm not into baseball enough to want to run like the whole team in the video game.
I know.
I think about that, like the
I
franchise.
I'll just play my guy.
That's about all I've been doing.
I want NCAA back, so I can run a team in NCAA football. Dude, that was the best.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, man. Need that.
That was like the best mode.
I think they were aiming to like 2023, which just seems forever.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have like 4 kids by then, and I won't be able to play.
Yeah. I'll probably be retired from video games then.
No, I'll never be.
Oh, we've been picking back up Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5.
I want to keep doing that. It's awesome. Be a medic,
Well,
just healing people.
It's had a huge resurgence because it was free on PlayStation.
Yeah, I finished maps or finished matches, and I'm 5-12, but I got way more of a higher score than like all these other guys that got like 20 kills or 15 kills because they're not playing the objective. You know, I'm getting bases. I'm healing 12 guys a match. I think like in our first match, I got an accolade, and it was like 12 heals tonight or whatever. And I was like, this is the first game I played.
The heal man.
It's just fun. It's more of a chill, you know. You don't got to freak out on Apex, full intensity. Like I got to do coke before I play that game.
Every other game.
Yeah, so many other first-person shooters. You got to just be
running guns.
You're full out. Like in Fortnite, you're not only am I shooting people, I'm building 7 castles. And,
yeah.
You know, and then
you gotta have an architect.
Some people are so damn bad in Fortnite. They like so bad at shooting or aiming. They're just building.
Yeah.
And then you finally get
there's
to a
guns
point
in
where
this
you go
game?
to shoot them, and they're like, oh, yeah. That'd be me if I guess if I got good at building. I'm bad at both.
Yeah, dude. I'm not. That's terrible.
Yeah, and then Apex, they got the archetypes, right? All these games got a lot of different I don't know, aspects of like the if they have the archetypes. Titanfall is like it's like different kind of titans you could have got. Like, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of different approaches to like trying to make the game different. Like Valorant.
Yeah.
Do they have like an archetype? You pick your character that has like a certain power or whatever.
Yeah, there's like different abilities.
Yeah.
What's archetype mean? I know what architect means. I always hear the word, but then I never know what it means.
Archetype?
Yeah.
Oh, check it on your phone real quick. Every time I look things up on our computer or on the computer that we are recording the episodes on, I get dropouts. But one time I wasn't on the computer. Me and you were talking about aliens, and it dropped out like 3 different times. And you know, I think the government was trying to get us to shut up because we were on to something about these aliens out here.
I'm not getting clear definition here. Oh, here we go.
Archetype.
A very typical example of a certain person or thing.
Just gonna start using it all the time.
I was using it and it doesn't matter. People are like, that's not what that means. Like, that's fine. Well, you said it.
Oh, you're that kind
of
archetype.
You said it a few times and I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he's the brunette archetype. And it's like, you can't just say this for everything. He's the 4-limb kind of archetype.
I always would hear that word, but I never really was 100% on the definition. And even after reading it, I'm like, still don't know.
This guy's the gay guy archetype. You're like,
what's the guy in his pocket?
He's just a gay dude. He doesn't have to be. Why I have to say archetype? Well, that's his archetype.
This
you gotta stop using that word, sir.
This guy is an arc. I don't know. An arc ass.
He's an archetype.
He's
This guy
a
narcs on people.
yeah,
That's his archetype.
he's a narcotics type.
He's a narcotics type.
He does a lot of drugs.
That's interesting. You got narcs, people who are turning people in, and then you got narcotics,
And then you got
people who are
yesterday.
getting narked,
No, not yesterday. Couple 2 days ago.
getting their body
I was
narked
at I was at the airport, and this lady was like, "You just hear, I need help." Like,
up.
what the
That's
fuck?
what you hear in hospitals and like old folks' homes. Just walk by rooms, help!
Yeah, and
You're
I was
not even a nurse.
I was
Just
like,
some guy visiting his grandma.
I looked over. I was like, "What the hell?" And then she's like walking towards like us, our general area. I need help. And I was like, "What?" And she's like, I need to get on my flight. I need to get on the plane. And like the door is shut. And once the door
She
is
just got out of a nursing home. And then,
well, dude, once the door's shut, you're not getting out. Like the what? Even though the plane's still there,
Yeah.
once the door's shut, the door's
They're
shut.
done.
You're not getting out.
They're sealing it. They're
Like
caulking
that.
the doors.
That's the rule. Once the door's shut, you're not getting out. And she said she's like, I was sitting over there, and then the door, and I was like, so I was in my head, I'm just like,
blow my nose.
why didn't you get on the? No, she was like freaking out, like mad, and she's like yelling, and then she just would randomly spout out, I need help. I need to get on the plane. I need help. And like, and then I just was like, I mean, I don't know. And then she just like the whole time, like, I don't know.
Is anybody here?
And then she turned around and walked away. And then this like, as she was like walking away, this like Delta manager was like standing next to me, and she was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "She needs to get on the plane. The door's closed." I don't know. And then like they're like talking to her. She's just screaming.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Another thing I saw one day, this guy runs up,
Wild.
the door's shut, the plane's still there, and he's like, I need to get on the plane. And we're like, yeah, the door's shut. It's done. It's a wrap, dude. You're not getting. And he's like, oh, no. And he ran over to the window to like where he's like positioned in front of the plane, and he's just standing in front of the window, like waving his arms like they're gonna be like, pop it back in reverse. We gotta.
The pilot's like, oh shit, we got like like a bus.
Yeah.
Like someone running onto a bus.
Yeah. They
That's
first of all, they probably didn't even see him.
That's how
Second of
simple
all,
the operation.
if they did, they're probably like,
yeah, dude. Dude, that's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, we were dying. I was like, I've never seen that. Like he's like literally.
What is he doing? Is he just gonna have to talk to somebody? And
Like
then
he
get
literally
on
was
the
like,
next
and I think he like yelled. He was like, "Hey!"
flight?
Hey, you just
do
have to
that?
get to
So
the
can you do that, though,
rebook.
if you got your thing? If they rebook though, do you get screwed on the money?
I don't think so.
I hope you had a little bit, like 50% or something.
I don't. Because I think that it might depend. Because I know people that like, if you're connecting and your connection's late, and like, it's not your fault. But like, if it's your fault that you get there, I think they do just rebook you if there's open spots. But I'm not 100% sure because I'd be pissed if I was an airline and I was like, well, you couldn't show up on time, so now.
Yeah.
But you know, things happen. I don't know. That would suck if you had to like pay because that's like flights are expensive.
One thing going on, I was just thinking about with like flights.
Stop Asian hate.
Stop that, and then
It's the Asian month today. Asian Heritage Month or whatever. Do they have like a picture at my work of like our employees who are Asian, and there's like 3 of like their pictures in there, and I was like, I mean,
480 employees,
like
3 of them.
my whole thing about it was I was like, I get like they're trying to be like, oh, like yeah, we need to be a part of this, but I was like, I feel like my work just like they don't actually give a shit about these employees. They're just using them to be like, look at us.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, if I don't know, as a white guy, I guess I don't. You'll never understand anything, but I feel like if I was an Asian dude and my work was like, hey, can we use your picture for this poster? I'd be like, no, fuck you.
You got dumb white trash privilege. Yeah, I would think that too. Like, what?
Hey.
What is this for? I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. So that's why
I get in trouble for calling off, but then you're gonna use my picture to like, look at us, we support Asian Americans.
We hired a couple.
Yeah, look at us,
That's the same thing with when the Washington football team changed their name.
To the Washington Wigwams.
So yeah, that'd be a good name. They
would that be? Cause that's
I think
also,
they're still trying to look for a name.
That's like they're like
Their logo.
Didn't someone buy every?
Yeah, someone immediately like.
Dude, how stupid
Washington
is that?
Warriors.
How stupid is that franchise? They like didn't think ahead.
Like, oh, fuck! We should not have openly talked about all of the options we were exploring.
Yeah,
and
but
then
like
they all got bought.
I think if you're a smart business owner, this is what you do. we might like if there's even this ounce of like we might have to change our name. Okay, well you need to
Yeah.
copyright every possible Washington this. Some fucking asshole went or did it. Already did it, you little bitch.
Dude, they even went as far as they did the DC Warriors. DC, like they did all that too.
Oh my
DC,
god.
so that they could
Dude,
change that
they
if
should
they
do it.
wanted to.
They should the Washington Williams. Just do alliteration because alliteration's fun.
That's what I liked at first, but then a lot of people were shitting on the Washington Warriors. That was my first thought, and I was like, it just seems easy.
Yeah, what
And
the?
then I think people were like, Warriors is like every other fucking high school team name, and I'm like, but it's not any pro team name.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
What do
see
you
it
guys
any...
want?
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, football team.
Dude, my high school is the Bears. Maybe you should go to Chicago and
Yeah,
murder
tell the
everybody.
Chicago.
A part of the
Yeah,
franchise.
go take their 1985 Super
Honestly,
Bowl back.
I just don't care. I care so much about this team that I'm not connected to whose name.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not talking about the Red like I'm not talking about I don't care about them being called the Reds. I'm talking about like their new name.
Yeah.
Make it whatever. I'm not gonna honestly I don't give a shit.
The Bats.
Yeah.
Make it make no sense.
Even if I go, oh that's a stupid name, that's as far as I'll go. Oh, okay.
The Washington Alaska.
I care more about jerseys because I want like a cool dude.
Yeah.
If you have a cool jersey,
I liked what they have. They had something pretty simple, looked good. Like if they just come out and said we're the Washington Alaskans, it makes the least amount of sense. We're the Washington Moons. There's
Yeah.
something that doesn't make
the Washington Alaskans. Dude,
Alaskans.
we're the Washington New Yorkers.
Yeah, yeah, and you just go what? And they're like, that's all that was left.
We're
This
the
guy, this
we're the
one dude-
Washington Africans.
Yeah, this one.
Do you guys?
Yeah, they just go. We're the
You guys
Washington,
get it?
We're the Washington black guys.
Yeah.
What?
Do you guys understand?
What if they just put? We're the Washington white fucks, and they're like, we're trying to level it out.
That'd be actually really funny.
We're the Washington crackers shits.
Yeah, we're the Washington. We're the Washington. This team is owned by old fucking white racists, crackers.
Oh, dude, that's
Uh-oh.
what. If Jordan's listening to me upstairs, she's heard this 100 times.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, no, she wants me to shut up. That's what she's saying to me. And
No, but she's heard you say that 1,000 times because you're telling her to shut up.
oh,
That was my joke.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's what she hears me. That's all it was. Shut up. No. So like Mark Norman, he has pitched for so many shows, and he talks about it all the time on like podcasts and stuff. But he comedian, he was pitching for shows in L.A. and New York, and constantly getting turned down. And side note, I think a show, at least like a couple episodes, or maybe make like a short thing of it. It doesn't have to be something where it's like give me 3 seasons like Crashing. Crashing, I think, deserves even more seasons. But like,
Yeah, that should have went further.
yeah, but Mark Norman's idea, maybe it's not as long of a show. Maybe it's 2 seasons or something. But he has an interesting upbringing of I don't want to lose my point from where I was going, but he my point is about the pitching thing. But his show was he grew up. His parents were sort of like doing pretty well, but they always wanted to like help in certain communities. So then they like a New Orleans, like a town just outside of New Orleans, like a poor side of town. They bought like maybe like a mansion or the most expensive home in this poor side of town, and then he had a black trans nanny who like helped him and like
Get his bike back.
get his
That
bike.
was like the best story.
That's a huge story where he got his bike stolen from a bunch of neighborhood kids, and his black trans female nanny helps them, who kind of watched them sometimes because his parents were always like hard workers and always working and overworkers and shit like that. And they're always gone doing that shit. But like he's got cool stories about this guy. He skateboarded. He's got vandalism stories. All this like fun, youthful kid dumb shit. And then there are also nowadays people that are looking to have someone like that. They could actually find a black trans female who would play this role probably amazing, like a legit one. They don't have to have The Rock do it, like in the amputee movie.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, or Terry Crews is like, it's the only Jack Black guy we know. Which that's interesting. I'm like, there's so many, because he was a former NFL guy, Terry Crews. I'm like, there were so many former sports dudes. I'm like, we can't get more of these dudes. He's not the only funny one.
I don't want to be like.
I know they probably don't want to be that dude.
Yeah, or they like can't.
Yeah. But anyways, dying. He
Railhouse Cat.
I tried to turn away with that. So, but anyways, Mark Norman would go to these meetings, these pitch meetings, and it would be often, he's pitching for like an HBO show or like
Yeah.
NBC people. He's got all these big executives. Pretty much everybody is like an old rich white dude.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a white lady.
And they don't know
That's the most
anything.
diversity they have is like
Yeah.
they got a white lady.
I love how like they're trying to make
And so
they're
that's what he's
trying to make
saying.
everything more diverse,
Yeah,
and they're not.
And
And
so
they're not diverse.
they would ask him about that in his show, and he was like, "I thought that was enough. Like this is my real story. We don't have to change things.
Yeah.
We can have like real legit stories that have happened." And like they want him to have an Asian best friend, and he's like, "Well, I don't know where that fits in the story. Well, we'll make it." And then they want to add, all these different elements, and he's like, and then also they want to change the story.
Yeah.
Also, they don't like that they want to make it something else, which is like, no, I'm pitching you this comedy thing.
They
You're
don't know
making it,
anything.
you're making it some drama thing, and they're like, well, drama's doing really well right now on TBS. But so yeah, what you just said, fucking. You want me to be diverse?
Yeah.
Hire some.
You're not diverse.
Yeah, hire some executives that make you guys a little diverse.
I think I'm gonna become.
So that's the same thing when you hear FedEx. That's what started with the Washington football team, Redskins. That when they changed that, they had FedEx Field. That's what their field was called. Well, FedEx started going because all this BLM stuff was getting huge during the beginning of COVID. Everyone's doing protests and stuff, and FedEx was like, Washington, it's time now. Now that like there's all these protests, like, but they're just, but like you said, they're just trying to also look good.
Yeah.
And the point is too is they're like, you can't. It's so hypocritical to just be like, you haven't hired any diversity for your executives and all your top people for just so long.
Yeah.
And then now you go, hey, you guys better straighten out. It's like you got a long history in that straighten
Yeah.
out. Just like SNL
Just
hiring,
like every other company in this world.
just like SNL hiring an Asian dude. As soon as they fire a guy for using an Asian slur, they're like, you weren't cool with Asians,
Yeah.
kind of. You didn't hire one for fucking 50 years. So there's a bunch of like I don't know.
So what you're
Got too
saying
serious.
is
Talking yapping.
we should be worried because the white man's going down.
What's going down? And then that's funny too when you talk to like somebody who's just who's like this dude at work or whatever.
Oh,
Oh, it's fucking changing, and I was like, oh my god,
yeah, they're worried.
chill out. And then
So what you're saying is you're scared that you're about to be treated like how you treated everybody.
Yeah.
Or not, maybe not.
I mean,
maybe not them specifically,
yeah.
but like people are gonna lie or not. People are gonna be like, oh, there's no racism, but then they're like, now they're worried because they're like, well, I don't want to end up like, okay, to be honest, there was racism, and I don't want to be on the other end of it now.
Yeah, that's funny
I'm
too.
scared.
Because that guy would say that. I mean, there's literally no problem.
Yeah,
Like,
but then
I don't see a problem.
Yeah,
Well,
those
you don't
people
see
that
a
like
problem,
don't
you're
see a problem,
you're a
but
little
then
hoe.
there's the same people that are like, well, now I'm gonna get treated badly. Oh, so you're saying people were treated badly?
Yeah.
I thought there wasn't. No. Oh.
Yeah, you could do that with like all those arguments. Just run in a circle and go, well, I don't know what you're mad at.
Yeah.
You're changing everything you're doing.
Basically, what you want is you want to still be the white guy on top and ignore everything else, but everyone else ignores it too, and you can just live your life out until
Yeah, you want to continue having your privileges and stuff.
You fuck. I am woke.
One interesting thing though about it, this one dude at my work who bitches about some shit. He's told me before though that his lady has a way better paying job, and like they've talked about like like gender roles or whatever. So he sounds like the dude that would be like, no, I'm the man. I bring home the bread. I build everything. She's only ever doing dishes. And then he's like, no, like it's badass. Like so I'm like, all right, well, see, little progression.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't.
Dude.
Maybe he wasn't open to that idea as a kid, or his family wasn't.
I'm so open to that idea.
Yeah, dude.
Like, please.
Yeah. Let me just stream. I'm gonna be a streamer with 12 followers, and then you can.
If it was like
you can be a big businesswoman and push me around.
If like I didn't have to have a job, and I was like, and it was just like, just make sure the house is clean and like cook the meals and stuff, I'd be like, deal. That'd be great.
You're like, deal. First off, I might be a little too many fresh mates. Was that a thing? Fresh mates? I just made that up.
Uh,
Blue bag? What's that?
I don't know. There's like I think you mixed it fresh, ultra fresh,
I
uh, fresh
like that though.
box,
Big box, big meals,
fresh.
blue box.
Oh, what? There's blue something and then there's fresh something.
I just
That's like
you probably
fresh.
would have remembered until I
No, I
threw
probably
fake.
wouldn't have.
Oh, okay. Threw
Fresh.
fake words in your head. Fresh
Oh,
box.
hold
blue,
on, I had it. Fresh.
blue
It
bitch.
was. I'm trying to picture Jen say it because
Oh yeah.
she would order them. I got the fresh. Like, what the hell?
So how you just did that? Lisa's been catching on. So like,
What?
my stepmom. Sorry, I'd be at my
Wait a
family's
minute.
house.
She's here. Sorry.
I'd be at my family's house, and my Jordan's about to hear this right now. But like, talking to my family, and me or my dad, or even Mark. Yeah, Mark did it too. So me and my brother, we both would do like
Hold the women down.
well, we both do an impression of our ladies, our fiancées, and I'd be like, yeah, I just do this, and Jordan's like, well, you can't, or whatever. You
Right.
just do and whatever, an impression. Like it's always a horrible one because you're doing a story where you're favoring yourself.
Every
Favoring
impression where
yourself.
you're trying to dog on a person.
Well,
Their voice is never just your voice. Yeah, and then he was like, well,
you're talking about an argument or whatever, and you're lifting yourself up.
Yeah, you're like,
you're putting theirs.
I said all the perfect words, and then she
Yeah.
was like, I'm fucking stupid. And you're like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so you do that, and then Lisa just gave me the dirtiest look, and I was like, I just went, what? She goes, is that what? She goes, right away, before even giving me shit, she gave me a look, then just turned to my dad and goes, is that what you do when you're bitching about me to like you guys at work?
Yeah.
And then my dad just he's not even responding or answering.
Your dad's like this.
because he laughs too when I do.
Get
an
out in the
impression.
yard.
When I do an impression or whatever too, he laughs, and then there's just a funny thing.
The guy's name is Morgan Colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy.
Hello Fresh.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Hello Fresh. This episode's brought
Hello
to you
Fresh.
by Hello
And then
Fresh.
the other one is Blue Apron. Dude,
Nailed
I
it.
did it.
Just needed to give you a couple moments while I yapped
Yeah,
about
dude.
nothing. And then,
Dude, especially in the summer, I would just go to the store and buy meats to grill. I'd be like, we're having
Oh, yeah.
steaks again.
I'm the vegetarian.
Oh, yeah, that sucks, dude.
I know.
I actually thought about today. I think I'm going to run to the store and get some
Dude,
steaks
well, because
and potatoes.
she'll cook like 19 pastas in a week, and then I'm like,
Can I have some fucking
Which
protein?
I'm gonna be 400 pounds before I know it.
It's all, what is that? Just all like starch?
All starch. I'm just slamming breads.
Carb-
Trying to get away
it's
from
just
bread.
carbs, dude.
Yeah, I'm just getting carbs. That's why I've been running. I'm like, I have to run so that I survive.
You need to put some like chicken in that pasta.
That's the most recent pasta we had chicken in it.
Oh.
But that's what I'll do. I'll be like, oh, I want to season some chicken. Oh my god, a steak.
Yeah, just
Like I
cook it
think
up.
about like seasoning some good food and taking my time and a couple sides with it. And I think about that, but I'm like, that would just be. I'd be like, hey Jordan, here's some
your
asparagus
green beans.
and green beans. Oh, you wouldn't do this both at the same time, but like too many
Hey.
too many strings. You know?
Yeah.
But you'd have mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, or whatever the hell. I started eating them. They're great for you, so I'm like, all right,
A lot of things are great for you. And
I know,
This
I'm
is my
trying.
reaction to them.
dude. Is it? That's a Pokemon Bellsprout.
Brussels sprouts.
That's also a Pokemon probably. They're on the 2000th Pokemon.
Yeah. No, they just have one. They're like, this is retard man. And he's like,
Dude, I got Pokemon Snap, and it's so funny. I started playing it, and I'm like, I can't. I'm 31, and I'm slowly moving through like a terrain, and it's just like little Pokemon are just like hopping around, and I'm taking fake pictures of them into a game. I'm like, this might be the most like incel type activity I've done in my life.
yeah.
Because all these other games are so much more like there's more thought. That's like the least amount of anything.
Yeah.
There's no troubleshooting. There's no reacting to defenses in a video game. There's no strategy. Well, I guess there sort of is. It's like I have to move over here and make sure I get the giraffe Pokemon. Then I gotta make sure. Oh, there's a Snorlax over there. Missed it. Fuck. Next time I gotta do it a little quicker. And that's it. You're taking pictures of Pokemon. I don't know.
Are you in like a vehicle?
I bought
that
the
drives
full
by?
game. Yeah, you're just in a little thing. You're a little guy.
And then you're just like,
I'm sure maybe there's more to
you
it.
just turn
I
it
haven't
off
played it.
and set it down. And you're like,
Played it. I played it a little bit, but it's so hard for me to like. Maybe I'll check that game out again. But then I'm like, I don't know. I'm not 12. It was amazing when I was 12.
yeah.
It was fucking sweet.
I never played it on the 60. I mean, I did, but like, I didn't get super. People were like obsessed with it, and I was like, I didn't have a 64.
Dude, Pokemon Stadium was awesome.
I didn't have an
Played that.
N64, so I don't know. I didn't know what that. I went over I went over Sky's house, my friend Sky's house, and he had an N64. But then he had like games like Turok and
I had that too. That game
Turok
was
was sweet.
awesome. That was
Yeah.
one of my favorite games.
And then we put in all the cheats and have unlimited ammo and all the guns.
I didn't
and
do
it was
that. I
sweet.
struggled in that
Okay.
game.
Well, we put in the cheats. I mean, we struggled, and then we put in the cheats.
Wasn't there a?
And then we played Star Fox, and we played Rogue Squadron, the Star Wars game.
Nostalgia.
Played Mario 64.
I didn't play that, but I played a lot.
Dude,
of
I remember
Star
going
Fox.
over there, and I had a PlayStation, so I didn't know. And then like there were these games I never even knew existed, and I'm like, this game is sweet. Why don't I have an N64?
Yep. Yeah, my brother got 97. My brother got the PlayStation for Christmas. I got the N64.
Nice.
I think my dad.
Your dad tricked your brother. I remember that story.
Yeah, I think
Your dad made your brother depressed and went, check the closet.
my dad on Christmas didn't give the present
And
to
then
Alex.
little shit Chris was like,
Yeah, he didn't give him the present until everything was open and we all sat there, and Alex just sat there staring at the floor, like I just didn't get it. And then he's like a teenager or whatever
Yeah.
too, so he's just like, my life is over. Like, he probably started. That's probably when he started smoking and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, then my dad's like, check the massive entertainment system that every home has in the 90s.
Oh yeah, wasn't it? You said it was already set up.
It was already set up. My dad was, without a doubt,
Party
playing it for hours, playing like college football or something for hours at night. And that's when we,
without a doubt.
yeah, dude.
You guys are asleep when he's just putting all the
And
presents
that's
on
why
her, and he's
he. I bet you he started setting it up, and my mom was like, "What are you doing?"
like, yeah.
And he's like, "Playing this game."
I'll make sure it works.
The typical like dad.
Dude, you probably
answer.
did.
Oh, well, I'm just making sure. You don't know. You have to take it
Yeah.
back. You'd be real sad if it didn't
I remember
work.
my dad brought home an NES, the regular Nintendo for us.
I don't
And then
remember.
I was
we
like,
had them when I was little.
dude, I have a memory of him like, look at this, what I got for you guys. And
That's
we
sweet.
put in Mario, and I was like, dude, that was my first experience in video games, and this is me. I was like, I remember just going, my life has changed forever. This is the greatest thing ever. And then we got a Super Nintendo, and we had Super Mario, and like I was like, dude, this is the greatest thing ever.
the
Video
life. This is
games are the
life.
best. If you don't like video games, what do you do? Go outside?
Yeah, what do you do? Live?
Dude, I know like people get excited for like summer and it's warm out, we can go outside. And like obviously like I like it too. Like I'm like, oh, but they're honestly, dude, it'll be like the weekend and I'm like, I have 2 days off and then I have to go back to work, and there's times where I'm like, God, I hope it like rains a lot so I can be like, I guess I gotta stay outside and play games. And then people are like, dude, I went hiking this weekend. And I was like, yeah, I played games. I don't know. I like to play games.
I got past chapter 10
in
Last of Us or whatever.
Dingo Dango.
Oh, you almost said another name of a Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah, dude.
Fun.
I guess they
Very fun game.
I want to play. There's like a new Ratchet and Clank. I think it's like free right now or something.
Is that all they got now for like that kind of arcade game for PS4? I mean,
They don't really
obviously
have.
not.
They don't like.
But
I don't
that's
know.
like
I
one
think
of the
that's
bigger
more of
ones
like.
that's
I
pretty
think
arcadey.
Nintendo is just like doing that,
Yeah,
and then
they
they're like,
won.
they like remade
They won that
Spyro
crowd.
and remade Crash Bandicoot, but then they didn't make like new ones.
Yeah,
I think it's like hard because it's like.
hard to get like a new generation into that stuff.
I
Maybe.
just think it's hard because right now they're just trying to make games like, oh, let's make everything more realistic and everything. We can add better AI and we can add more online players. But then the game like Spyro, it's like when you make a new one, you're like, oh, it's just the same game again, because it's like how farther can the graphics go? Because it's just like a cartoon little dragon like jumping around.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I remember though. We had Sega. I had Booger Man like 3000 or whatever it was called. I think I'm making that up because what?
Then you like flick boogers.
Yeah, I'd be playing the game, and then if you just leave the guy there, he ends up doing funny things. So
and you're just sitting there going,
I'm just fucking 6. And this little booger guy, he also looks like he's made of boogers. He's like ugly as shit. So he just leave the controller there, and he looks left, looks right, starts picking his nose. He might look again and like put it in his mouth or like wipe it on his leg. And one he like can't get off.
Yeah.
Like another time, if you leave it sitting there, he can't get a booger off, or he flicks it or whatever. And that's actually one of your things to attack. I think you flick boogers, and
Yeah.
attack people. I played a bunch of those on. So I was talking about Sega. I had that Turtle game too. Turtle. That's. I had the TMNT game, but there's also like the fucking Battletoads. Is that the name? Dude, just like kind of seemed like
Dude,
more badass turtles. Like the game was slightly better than the TMNT game.
I got like a Sega Saturn, like way late in life. That was the one where it had the cartridge and the disc. You could put either one in because it was like the one at. What was the one before that? Sega Genesis. Sega Saturn was the one after that.
Yeah, I think there's a whole documentary about how Sega Saturn just totally flopped because they had one of the worst marketing and all this stuff, and how they could have been something way more. They could have built their own thing.
My dad got one.
Maybe that would be they would be competing right now against PS4, PS, and Xbox and stuff. They'd have.
Yeah, my dad got one from a guy at work, and like a million games. But we already had like a PlayStation and stuff, so it wasn't like, oh, this is like a new system.
Yeah.
It was still like, but it was new to me, so I was like,
it was
oh,
just
sweet.
different.
Yeah, it was just different. And games I never even heard of.
Did you play that game? There's like a dragon game.
Yeah, like where you fly.
That was like one of the first ones that come with
where you
the
like
game.
fly around. Yeah.
I thought that game was so
sweet.
sweet.
What's it called? Like,
took a minute to find the controls because I just something was weird about it. But
can't stop going up.
You go through rings, right? And you did some other shit.
Yeah.
Very simple, but that game was fun. And they had some other game too.
People still wear masks.
Dude, COVID's over, dude.
Dude, I don't know if anyone saw this, but CDC was like, hey,
COVID's dead.
We're done.
Done.
So they said people with vaccines, unless federal law dictates you have to wear a mask, like you don't have to wear a mask, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, people are gonna just go, oh, so I don't have to wear a mask. Then they're gonna go into like a store, and then the store is gonna say, hey, you have to wear a mask. No, they said I don't have to, and it's like, well, hey, this is my store, and you do have to. And then people don't understand that like business owners can literally tell you what to do in their establishment.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Yeah, I went to a dump.
How dumb are people?
And you have to wear it. They got it in there. I just really take it to the dump. So I put mine on or whatever, even though it's outside. But it's just fine.
I just do it.
I just do it. It's also just so simple.
Yeah, I just don't.
Why do you want
a headache
to have a
confrontation?
Talk about nothing.
Yeah.
They're talking about nothing. The other person doesn't give a fuck. They're just working there. No one gives a shit.
No one.
A problem for no reason.
No one, like, this lady that works there, like, she has to say it, but you know she's like, I don't care, I don't want to.
It's also some lady working at a dump or
but then
a store.
If my boss comes out and sees me sitting there and you don't have a mask on, they're going to be like, why in the fuck are you telling this guy? And then it's just a headache for me.
Yep.
Just put the mask on, you fucking inconsiderate douche.
Yeah, you're being an ass. But, like, so I go in there, right, and the guy, I thought, because I didn't recognize the guy. Sometimes they'll check your ID.
Hey, are you old enough?
Yeah, are you old enough to come in here?
So if you're over 18, he's like, you gotta suck my dick.
Yeah, are you old enough to give us plastic? And so I'm at the recycling dump, and the guy, I thought he was gonna ask about the ID, but he just goes, hey, so what do you think about this mask thing? And the way
what do you think about these Asians? Like, stop Asian hate?
Like, I don't even see any.
Yeah, I don't
see any hate.
Other than the fact that they created coronavirus, I don't really understand.
He just does that. No, but to me, this is I'm judging by the book, right? Cory? He's got the look of like kind of like a trashy white dude. I kind of just assumed in my own head, oh god, he's about to start bitching hard about the mask.
Yeah.
But he actually had like a kind of considerate approach to it. I go. He goes, what do you think about it? And I don't know exactly. Well, a little kid behind the umpire almost got smoked.
Was there a net?
No.
How is there not a net?
Oh,
there's always a net.
Am I wrong? Hold on, maybe there's a net. Yeah, maybe
now we gotta make sure there's a net.
I see the net. But it looked like it hit the fucking stands. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. All right, so like
Dude, yeah, dude, if it ticks off the bat like a foul ball and just bounces
it's
up
me,
and hits
5'8", 175.
Jordan Rodgers.
So this guy
Oh
Corey,
yeah,
I'm
it's
judging
not.
I'm judging this dude by the book. He looks like a kind of like a white trash dude. I'm thinking he's gonna about to say some other stuff, but he goes, no, like I think the problem is, they say you don't have to wear it if you're vaccinated, and he goes, I just think there's gonna be a lot of people who are concerned about um now all these people who haven't been vaccinated,
I was
which
like,
is
oh,
which
I'm
is like
vaccinated.
this is like half of us, right? Half
Yeah,
of America, pretty much. He's like, they're just not going to wear masks anymore, and now like maybe these other people are spreading it, and even if it doesn't touch any of the vaccinated, like all these other people are getting all these problems, and it's like you gotta, I don't know, like so he actually just had like a common concern. I was like, oh,
yeah,
I thought he was about to start going. I mean, we should have never given a fuck about these masks.
yeah.
I thought he was about to
Well, I
do a
guess
whole
the
conspiracy thing.
non-vaccinated people can just get the coronavirus, and then we can, and then
I guess, right?
we can go like this.
I don't know. That's kind of the idea. It's like, look, you can care. I mean, and what's funny too is I've heard people have this idea. I don't know, man. People want to talk, and I get it. There's so many easy things to talk shit about on Rogan. We'll do it all day. But him and some other people that I've heard on the show have the whole time they've been kind of like, do what do what is comfortable with you.
Yeah,
And now we started there, and then we went all these really precautionary things, and then now we literally got back to like where where he was sitting at do what's comfortable for you.
yeah.
Like so now people are getting vaccinated and all this stuff. And it's like
And then we started from the bottom. Now we're here.
yeah,
Sorry.
if I don't know some of his quotes that people are mad about, I'm like now it just fits. It's fine because
I don't
I don't know
understand anything. I was like,
because people would put words in his mouth
yeah,
saying like
it's like
he wants no one to get the
it's
vaccine.
like
That's not
people
what
are
it
like,
was
it's like
said.
he's a doctor and he's doing these studies, but he's like falsifying it. So he's like, look at this is what's happening, and he's like trying to, and it's like he people. Like we're at a point where
That's how people
everyone
take
gets
it.
mad at like people with these platforms, and they shouldn't have people that don't think like me on, and it's
Yeah.
like, why is it like their fault to talk to people like just because? So there's so many morons that will literally believe everything Rogan says.
Like
So it's Rogan's fault that so many fucking mouth breathing idiots are like everything he says is like how it goes. Like I can listen to Rogan and Rogan will say something and I'll go, dude, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But like he even says himself, he's like, I mean, I'm a moron.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything. And it's like, I mean, we're idiots. And then there'll be like someone like just all of a sudden, oh, the Chris and Cory pod's huge now, and I listen to everything that those guys are geniuses. But then me and you
No.
would be going, don't fucking listen to me. I don't
No.
know anything.
I just thought of like
You know what? I'm done. I'm about to say the N word.
okay, like on
But you gotta spice it up. We gotta keep it loose and funny.
like on like Conan O'Brien, right? Like say he has during the time where Charlie Sheen was like going on tour and talking about tiger blood and shit forever ago. Like if he pops on Conan and then now he's saying madness,
Yeah.
he's insane shit. Now people gotta go. I mean, are we supposed to just go Conan? Why did you have this crazy guy on? He's literally telling kids to do coke and
Yeah.
whatever the hell, and telling everyone to do speed and all this shit. And then now we're gonna get mad at Conan. Nah, it's just like I don't know. That's the idea too with fucking Ira, that speech, the free speech dude. He works for he's always with the NAACP. I watched his documentary that's on Amazon Prime. Something of Ira, and this guy grew up in Brooklyn, Jewish dude,
Brooklyn.
and dealt with all these things, all this NAACP stuff, and he was on Oprah for it and all this shit, and he that's what he would talk about is like you need to see. I don't know. I'm getting too much into it, but like, you need to see all these
Getting
different.
too serious,
You need
folks.
to see where everyone is. You need to see where everyone lines up to go. All right, well, those crazy people.
Yeah.
They're dumb. I agree with that. That kind of, you make your own thing. Yeah. So if you're a mouth breathing moron, just believing in any fucking dumbass thing, then you're gonna be a moron regardless, and you're
Yeah.
probably gonna read.
Because if you're an
garbage shit on the
idiot and
internet.
you believe all the dumb shit, when people silence the dumb shit, you're like, no, they're silencing that for a reason
Yeah.
because that's the truth.
Yeah, and that's what's
And then it's just
happening.
like, well, here we go. and then you can't get
Yeah.
you can't have a discussion where you're like, oh, here's the dumb shit, and then someone go, well, this is why it's wrong,
Yeah.
facts, facts, facts. But then then like the media is always lying, so then you can't believe that. So then people are like, well, who do I believe? And that's why we have a problem because
Yep.
everyone lies. So then you don't know who to believe. And there's so many people that are like, well, I'm not going to waste my energy trying to find.
Yeah.
I have 2 jobs
Yeah.
because
We got 7 kids.
I have no insurance and I got to pay my medical bills because this country sucks and my job's paying me $8 an hour each and I have to work fucking 75 hours a week to support my 3 kids because I can't get birth control because I don't have insurance. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
all this shit, and then that person believes what stuff Rogan says, and then somebody who's woke, some white woke person goes, "This fucking person's fucking. They should be killed." And it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, well, I'm trying to support my family, and I don't know.
And I'm just being silly, I think.
Whatever. You know what, everybody? You know what you heard at the beginning of this?
They I don't know if everyone's ready though. Football fans, us,
All white people out of the game.
all of them getting canned. Tom Brady out of the league.
What if they just had
Rodgers
one
out of
year
the
where it
league.
was no white people allowed?
All white league? There'd be no down the field passes.
Oh yeah, yeah, there would because
Yeah,
there's
because
a
they're going
white-
against white dudes. Yeah,
Yeah. This is an all white league. You'd watch it going. I don't remember the game being this slow.
yeah. What the hell? They yeah, man.
And then all black league. Cam Newton would be a good quarterback probably.
Yeah, he'd be better half the league right now. Eee. Right now,
Yeah.
he's in the bottom. That
Pretty bad.
sucks, dude. You know what is interesting though? Saw his stats from last year. Everyone points out he only had 8 passing touchdowns, which is despicable. Not in today's NFL. Only 8 passing touchdowns. He missed some games, I think, from like it. Really? Did he? I don't know. I think he missed a couple games, but he had 12 rushing touchdowns. So if he's that close to the end zone,
So are you a running back?
yeah. Cam Newton though, he's that close to the end zone. It's like it's pretty simple that any of those could have been a little tight end throw, a slant, a scramble and toss to a tight end or like
Yeah,
a big
if it was
receiver.
Brady.
So and then so maybe some of those 12 or all of the 12, you kind of just throw a couple of those to the passing. It's like he didn't have the worst season ever imaginable. He still scored
Yeah.
20
So
touchdowns.
if those were all,
He scored 20 touchdowns.
If those
He had
were 20
8 passing,
how many picks
12,
did he have?
12, I think like 12 picks.
So if he was 20 and 12, that's still not like a
No,
great
it's not
quarterback,
great.
but it's not like the worst.
But it's not as bad as hearing 8 and 12. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god! In today's NFL, like everyone's throwing deep down the field, everyone's getting touchdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
They just did a smarter idea. You have Cam Newton, you get near the end zone, you're inside the 5. You're going to Cam Newton's going to run that in. He's too big. No, I wanted to bring up though. So many players are changing the numbers. It's going to look weird.
Yeah, I hate
It's
it.
going to be different.
I'm gonna be pissed off.
Buda Baker, safety on the Cardinals, his number is 3 now.
Well, guess what? You're punting from now on, bitch.
James Conner, running back that was on the Steelers. I don't know if you knew. He's on the Cardinals now too. His number 6. He's the running back.
Looks like you're gonna be punting from now on.
Everybody, what is that? Just all season, I'm gonna be watching football with you. What is this guy? A punter?
What is this? Did they just put a quarterback in
This
there?
next quarter. Is that a guy? Is that a kicker? Flipping out.
What is this? A treasure map?
What is this? A treasure map?
At least I have Sundays off still, so I'll be able to watch. And then Jen will be like, "You going, Chris?"
You're gonna watch
And then I'll be like, "You can come hang out too." Maybe I'll have people over my house. I should have my new couch by then.
That'd be sweet.
When
Do a
I-
couple games over there.
I have
We got the
I
same.
could-
We
'cause
got
I
the
do
same
have a-
YouTube TV.
I have a spare TV, so I could like bring it in. So we'd have two. We could do the 2 TV setup, and there'd be the code man, and everyone will be covered in his fur.
Yep. What happens with doggies? All right. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring this up. Chiefs offensive tackle. He's actually a doctor.
Rick Rodman.
Rick Rodman. Laurent. I don't know if you use that T. Is he Lauren? Duvernay Tardif.
Wait a minute.
Duvernay.
Duvernay retarded?
Yep, that's what it is, but no re. He's 30. He opted out of the NFL last season,
Pussy.
and but he announced this year that he's returning. He's back after helping. He was helping out in healthcare. He was just like being a doctor
Wait,
the whole year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he graduated
I
from.
guess that's good.
Yeah.
Wait, he's in the NFL?
Yeah.
And he's a doctor?
He was on the Chiefs. He just missed out on going to the Super Bowl so that he could.
But he's a
So that-
doctor?
Yeah.
How are you in the NFL and a doctor?
He got it. So
I don't
I
even believe
was
that
reading
for
more
a
about it.
second.
He was the first NFL player to opt out last year. Like he opted out immediately. He was like, I want to help. And then he's also Canadian.
Well, I guess
so,
opting out the help is different from opting out. I'm scared.
My fingers hurt.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
People are just mad at me right now. They're like, you should have taken this seriously.
But he graduated from McGill University School of Medicine in 2018. So that's when he graduated. So
When
he
did
worked.
get drafted?
He worked as an orderly. He's 30, so he was drafted like 8 years ago, or 7. He worked as an
So he was
orderly
going to
at a
school
long-term
while he was in the
care
NFL.
pandemic. Yeah, a lot of guys do that.
I mean, I know a lot of guys. Okay, but going to school
Yeah,
to finish your
I know.
degree and going to school to get your doctorate.
Yeah,
I mean, that's two different
Yeah.
things.
you're right.
And you're in the NFL.
He had his.
It's not like the NFL's like, I have a part-time job. You're in the NFL. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's great. Did you guys hear that?
Oh,
That was
yeah.
Chris jacking off because he's gay.
His Chiefs logo medical scrubs and his lab coat that he was using are now on display in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And a lot of people died in his hands, so there's blood all over it. No, I'm just kidding. But it's really cool though. You know?
I hate it.
He's like the only guy, I mean, who opted out.
So he's gonna be done with his NFL career, and then he's just gonna be like, "Well, now I'm gonna be a doctor."
I think he's
what
still,
kind of doctor is he?
They just said he was an orderly at long-term
So he's an
health, long-term care facility. So it's like older people. He was just helping a lot of older people who were struggling the most.
An orderly is not a doctor. I thought an orderly was like
He's still a doctor.
like a medical
But that's what he was
security
doing.
guard. We need orderlies, and the guys come in and like, "Darn," and they like hold the
Yeah.
guy down. That's what orderlies do, right?
I have no idea.
And then like, we need to give him a sedative. So the nurse gives him the sedative while the doctor goes, "Ah!" And then the orderlies are like, "Ah, hold him down."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's an offensive lineman, so he's big. They're like, we need this guy to be beating the shit out of old people.
But so many guys who opted out last season have just been cut, like a overwhelmingly amount, and nobody talks about it. But some like Pat McAfee and some football guys were mentioning that last year, and everyone thought it's like a weird subject to talk about. But they're like, look, the NFL, like teams, coaches, players, everything, they're like, are you going to war with us? Because like that's what they're doing. They're going on the field and they're going to war together, and they're like, you opted out. And then so there's people are like, oh, there's health conditions, and some guys grew up and they had a heart murmur and they don't want to, or whatever. And you're like, them and they're like, a fucking heart condition? We don't give a fuck. Like we're going to war together. That's their attitude. So now, especially since
from the woke side of the room, because I'm the woke guy.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Well,
I had a
since-
joke ready.
Since it wasn't like 4 million people dead, it was like 600,000 or whatever in America.
Drop in the
Also,
bucket.
well, just like these football guys are like, you just, you missed the season, and we just did it. We just successfully did a season.
Yeah.
Nobody in the NFL died. Nobody even had it like, was hospitalized.
I have a question.
A couple guys had it kind of rough, but like they coughed and had headaches and farted hard.
I have
like,
a question.
Yeah.
What's worse? COVID or the Holocaust?
Both fake.
Trump
Or
is a dictator, apparently, according to everybody. Or Hitler.
Stalin. How about that?
Now Stalin.
Who talks about that guy?
Who's worse, Trump, Hitler, Stalin? I bet you everybody alive right now.
Everyone alive right now.
All the white,
First, Trump.
all the white people in the country. Well, he's basically the same. So we're
Well, look, he almost did it to
Yeah.
everybody. All liberals were almost in camps. Is what people think.
yeah. It's funny. That would be funny. Could you imagine putting liberals in a camp? And
They're all
just
in there with purple hair.
they're just in there going, nobody say anything wrong.
Give me my phone back.
Yeah. I'm not going to tweet and take down everybody if I'm in here. That's funny.
Oh, wait. Are you serious? Oh, my God. I really need my phone. Elon Musk is hosting SNL.
Yeah.
This is outrageous.
Oh, man.
I don't know. So many people. I don't know. We're just cut. And I think that's a bigger story than no one's talking about it. But, like,
We're
it's kinda
talking
fucked up.
about right now.
It's kind of fucked up.
You're
Like,
cut.
like a guy who was like a starting.
You're fired, dude. When he started doing that in that video,
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I wasn't sure if you watched it.
I remember
I
just
forgot.
Vince McMahon doing that to people. Just you're fired,
And then
just
and then people were like, "Whoa, he's out of the
that guy's like
WWE."
trying to just like rehearse and talk, and it just Matt McAfee just kept going, just in his face, just like doing. I was like, that's great. That's what I would be doing. And
He's great.
And then they cut the bit, and he shaved his face for no reason.
Yeah, it made me think conspiracies that they just wanted him to shave his face, but his face is kind of goofy looking. I think
Conspiracy
he needs his beard
against white people.
He's kind of got a goofy giant chin, like see my skull right now, my
What
big
if my chin was like this, and then I was like,
bald head. That's what Pat McAfee looks like. Him and AJ Hawk clank heads, and the whole world shakes. They call us earthquakes with their heads. Oh, I wanted to mention this to you. John Kuhn.
you can't say that.
Well, it's the last name. John White Guy Kuhn and AJ Hawk were on. AJ Hawk's always on the show, but they had John Kuhn on there, and they were just like, I didn't know how often this happened with people who are on the same team. So they're on the same team. John Kuhn was a fullback.
Yeah,
The Packers.
I remember when
AJ Hawk is the middle linebacker.
Sue, and they were going Sue, and then they would all go Coon.
Yeah, they do the same thing. Yep.
Yeah.
And
then nowadays, woke white people go, you can't just say that out loud. No, that's literally that guy's last name. No,
you can't.
I will tweet.
You brought like your super activist new girlfriend that you met on Tinder. You guys are having a couple good bangs. You bring her to the Packers game. And in 2009,
and then you're like, I own part of this team.
Yeah, I do. And she's like, okay. And then this guy gets like a big block, and everyone's like, Coon. And then you're next to your lady, Coon. Because Coon broke a tackle from like a black dude. And they're like,
usually okay.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why they're doing that? And then she's like, this is wrong. And she's flipping out, and then he's just like, no, it's their last name.
Yeah,
she can't tell because she's in the stands.
She can't tell because
she's tweeting, and she thinks she's about to cancel all Packers fans.
She can't tell. It's not because she's in the stands. She can tell. She can't tell because she's a woman.
Women can't read.
And they can't
process.
They can't understand sports. It's a little too complicated for them.
Third
like
down,
they try to play.
When does it end?
And it looks like a bunch of little children just throwing a ball around. And like referees are like, the rules are there, but we're not really going to enforce them because they're trying their best. And then she's like, she just sees a fullback. I mean, you could call him a
cunt back.
Just make up a word, and then she'd be like, oh, okay. And then like, yeah, he's supposed to do this, and she's like, oh, I don't know anything. And then she hears Coon, and she goes, oh, well, that's racism. I need to tweet about it.
And then so she's
not
even telling him. She's just kind of giving him a dirty look.
And then she goes, and as a woman, that reminded me of being in the kitchen, and that also made me mad. So it's actually about, I don't know. I just wanted to make fun of women.
But no, so
somebody needs to bring women down a peg.
Coon was saying that maybe him and AJ Hawk would have lasted longer in the NFL if both of them, if they ever had talked about not going as hard in practice against each other. They would they both had too big of an ego. The middle linebacker and the fullback. So when they do run plays, these guys are meeting so often. So they're just finding each other's heads. Yeah, they're finding each other's heads and trying to just tear each other's heads off.
AJ Hawk, John Kuhn,
and then just
everyone else in practice are like, why do you guys
meeting?
keep doing this?
Yeah, you guys are meeting too many times during plays.
And then they're like, it's a bit. We're going to be on Pat McAfee's show in 10 years.
Yeah.
And they're like, the punter? Oh, he has a show? You don't know!
He's the funny guy. He did comedy. And they're like,
no, he didn't.
Making all of this up.
You are a liar.
Oh, and then now Tebow is. I think he already
Bye.
signed with the Jags. Like, who knows
And then he's just
if
sitting
he
in the
makes the
locker room
team.
going, "The Lord has blessed
Dude,
me."
if he can put any of that Jesus power into the Jags, Jags might be doing all right. You know?
If he can suck off Trevor Lawrence with the Jesus power.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the sign by this
I
church,
saw the sign.
and
It
then
told me I was gay, and so I fucked a man. The sign said I was gay, but then it also said
that guy's
that
not
Trump
actually real.
is
Trump is the
Hitler.
Lord, and yeah,
Yeah, Chris, come on now.
progressive
That's the progressive
church.
thing. Everything's Hitler.
Yeah. So the sign said, the church things. They always got some like church saying, just like because he has risen, we can. And then I just was like, suck him off. Like,
Yeah.
just what?
Yeah, and then you went in there and you like put the letters in, and they're like, "Sir."
I wanted to.
You just walk on the church like, "Do you guys have the letter pack for out
But it
there?"
just because he has risen, we can rise above or whatever the hell. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is fucking
He is
above,
risen.
above what?
Where did he rise from? The ashes?
Yeah, talking about zombies? Talking about dead people?
Yeah, what if someone was at the location where Jesus rose and like, fuck! And they just shot him in the head and killed him, and they're like, Jesus Christ.
What the? Did you see a guy's hand came out?
Yeah.
Came out of the grave?
You killed Jesus!
Oh, how does that? Do you remember Rob Ninkovich from
Yeah.
the Patriots? So he was a defensive end. He went up against tight ends all the time. They were doing like chip blocks or whatever, and he said like Jimmy Graham was a guy who never even shown that he wanted to do any blocking.
Yeah.
Like, so even if he did line up closer to the tight end, a lot
He
of times
wouldn't
he's
block.
like a slant. He just, he wanted to get out of your way and run a route.
Yeah.
Or even if he had to block, he'd kind of just like touch you. But,
Yeah.
So he was like the least blocking possible, but he was so damn good as a receiver that it was okay. And so they're talking about.
Alright, we'll let it slide.
He caught 12 touchdowns this year. But so then Tebow now wants to play tight end at 33 of the Jags after 6-7 years of being in double A's.
Yeah,
Triple A's,
6-7
whatever.
years of people going, why don't you try being tight end? No.
No, I want to do baseball.
I'm a
and they're like, you suck at this.
Yeah, but before that,
you
he
can't
was
play
like,
quarterback.
he was
and
like,
you can't do this.
I will only sign as a quarterback. And then like lesser teams or like other leagues were like, we'll sign you to quarterback. He's like, oh, sorry for the NFL. Like
the
he just had to keep.
league.
Yeah, he kept amending his statements.
Yeah.
No, I only want to play quarterback. And arena teams like, well, you can play quarterback for us. I don't know, for the NFL. And they're like, so no, you're never gonna play again. The Lord has his plan.
The Lord has the plan, and it's.
And then he went.
Me to,
didn't he suck at baseball, or was he okay?
You can find bad tape at anybody, but I watched some tape of him catching fly balls, but not catching them.
Oh man.
Just falling over a few times. So they had him in the outfield, which means you can't do anything. That you don't really know what's going on and can't think quick enough, or your skills aren't good enough in the infield. That they put you out there, they're like, maybe I'll just catch one that just goes, And he's kind of got it. He kind of has a, I don't know. See that too, man. I'm sure he missed on a bunch of throws because he can't throw a football either. But Rob Ninkovich was talking about him, and he's like, this guy's gonna want nothing to do with anybody on the line. He goes, I can come. He's like, I could still lift 540, whatever the fuck he said, like squats or whatever. Rob Ninkovich was like, I could come back in the league now. He's even more removed from retiring, and he's like, I could come back in the league, and he's not getting a fucking catch. He's not blocking a fucking single person, and he's not getting a catch. Like just pushing him down so much. He goes, you think a corner is afraid of this guy?
Yeah.
All corners will stay with him. He's not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have any route running ability. He hasn't been doing that for 15 years.
He hasn't been doing anything.
Yeah, and then they're like, and then linebackers are gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Safeties beat the shit out of him. They're gonna jam him, and he's just gonna be fucked. They're like, so I don't know. Rob Ninkovich is just so strong in his stance of like, this is clearly to sell a couple jerseys and to sell a couple season tickets, and they're probably gonna cut him because he's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
And I relayed that message to my brother Alex, and he wants Tebow to do so good, so bad. He wanted him to be good even back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. So
I mean, I don't have anything against. Like,
I want him to be good, but
I mean, honestly, I don't
just
think
he's fun.
I don't
He's
think there's a
exciting when he does well.
I've never experienced a play where I go, hope he does bad.
No.
I mean, obviously the teams you don't like, you're like, I want them to not win, but I don't like. Oh, I hope his career is bad. Like I'm just like, oh, but then like you watch, oh, Tim Tebow and the Broncos, and you just watch him play, and you go, oh, well, he's not good. And then people are like,
No.
I know he's gonna be good, and it's like he won, like he went to the, like that playoff game,
Yep.
and it's like, I mean, yeah, he like made a throw that like the Steelers completely botched, and they got a touchdown off of it, and they won that game because they just let that guy run open. Remember, it was like that cross the field play, and he just like
Yeah, nobody
threw
was there.
like that duck pass.
Yeah, the guy had to like.
Yeah, and then everyone goes,
The guy had
"See,
to catch it like a fly ball.
Tim Tebow can do it." And it's like, I mean, I don't know.
He had 19 passes.
But yeah,
that
so then
game.
this guy's not gonna play forever, and then come back and play a position he didn't play before, and these dudes are fucking animals. Linebacker, all they want to do now is murder people, and he's just gonna be like, "Hello."
No,
As
that's
they
saying,
line
too, that
up,
he's gonna get fucked up.
as they line up, he's gonna be like, "The Lord is with all of you."
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like, "I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy."
Rob was even saying guys in practice on his team are gonna fuck him up because they're like, you need to be ready for the NFL. You need to be ready to play against other teams. These other everyone's you got a target on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Target to do this. Just jack
All right,
off.
we're a
him.
minute and 6 or an hour and 6 in here.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh
Oh
no.
Nice.
Just have to scroll all the way up to the top of the planet.
Bye guys.
I
Hey,
don't know.
tell your
I never
dad,
know if it stopped or going or stopped or started.
tell
or
your
going or
family to
stopped or
listen
going.
to this because it's a family show.